Hey y'all, welcome back to our channel and welcome back to another video. So you guys, I'm participating in Crocktober. This is being hosted by Jenny's Scratch Made Kitchen and Kettle Kitchen. Thank you, Tony and Jenny, for having my kids and I be a part of this. I know this is not a crock pot, but listen, go with me. It was Sunday after church and I needed to get something on very quickly. My son has been dealing with some asthma issues and just overall not feeling well. He caught a cold, and I thought that a nice soup on a cool afternoon would be amazing. So I'm making a creamy tomato soup. These are some cherry and pear tomatoes that we canned last year, 2023, in August of 23. And so they've been sitting on our shelf. We canned these using a little bit of lemon juice, and that was in some water. We packed them in water and lemon juice. Here I am telling my children that they need to get me a lid lifter for Christmas because this butter knife is not doing it. So I did 2 jars of the cherry and pear tomatoes. This is a very simple recipe. I didn't overly put a lot of things in it because I wanted the essence of the tomato. So once I get the tomatoes into this Instant Pot, I'm going to put a little bit of seasonings. Whoop, there went that lid. Very good. And I actually picked these off. We were at the end of the season, and I just picked them whole and threw them in. And I saw Homestead Heart do hers like this, so I went with it. We also had some slicers that I had dehydrated. And so I took those out. They were the rounds. I don't like slicer tomatoes, but they grew fairly well. So after dehydration, I just decided to add those in for depth of flavor and to just be a little bit of something different. I really didn't want to use tomato paste. You can use tomato paste here, but these seem to do what I needed them to do. So I'm just adding in these slicer tomatoes. I don't even remember what kind these might be big boys. I can't remember. I'm next going to, this is just the last of those, and I'm going to put in some seasonings here. I have some parsley. I did not have Italian seasoning, but if I had that, I would put that in. So just some parsley, then some onion powder and some garlic powder. I think an Italian season would add a depth of flavor again to this very easy soup. So that's probably the onion powder, and then you'll see me go in with a little bit of garlic. I did miss one step, adding in just 1/4 teaspoon of sugar, up to a whole teaspoon if you like. I'm then going to add in just a little bit of salt. It could have stood for a little bit more salt, but you salt it to your tasting. I'm then going to put this is some garlic that we had that I needed to use. So I just put it in the food processor with some olive oil, and that stays in the fridge now. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my lid on. I'm going to put this on the soup function for 25 minutes. So this is the Instant Pot. I do have a crock pot Instant Pot, but this is just the Instant Pot brand. I'm going to make sure that the valve is closed, or the vent valve is closed, and then it's going to cook for 25 minutes. Because this was doing a Sunday brunch, I went ahead and did the quick release feature. And so you see everything is still fully intact, but we're getting ready to mix this up to make it a creamy soup. I'm adding in 1/2 stick of butter. I'm then going to add in some garlic. And here's Mini Baby Chef with his nose in the pot trying to see if I know what I'm doing. Here's some garden vegetable cream cheese. I wonder if he knew that I was cooking before he became a baby chef. Never mind, I digress. So I'm going to put 2 big dollops of this garden vegetable cream cheese. And then I'm going to put some cottage cheese in here just to add in a little bit of protein. I do not like the texture of cottage cheese, but I do want to get as much protein in as I can. This is going to help. So I am going to put in, this probably is about the equivalent of 1 tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of cottage cheese. It's not necessary. You could put a sour cream if you like, but I had the cottage cheese. You can actually use a Greek yogurt as well, a plain Greek yogurt. But I needed something to make it creamy. And here I am now. Baby Chef is allowing me to use his immersion blender. This is actually my first time ever using an immersion blender. And so I'm making sure that all is well. And there it is. It was a very easy tool to use. I didn't use it on the turbo setting, just the regular setting. And you're going to see that it starts to really break down those tomatoes and all that butter and the cottage cheese and all the things, all the spices that we put in. Those sliced tomatoes really kind of thicken it up a little bit. And so here I am just giving it a really good blend. I wasn't sure if it was going to thicken up, but I said, hey, trust the process. You could actually do this in a blender. If you don't have an immersion blender, you could put a little bit of your warm liquid into the blender at a time. Don't fill it up too full, because if it splatters, it will burn you. This is very hot soup. And so I just made sure that all those skins, because we did our tomatoes with all the skins on them, so I just wanted to make sure that all those skins were nice and blended. And so here I am just doing another blend to make sure that nobody's going to get tomato skins in their mouth. We didn't have any problem. We actually enjoyed it. And so I just want to make sure that everything is nice and well blended together. So those are, you can see some of the tomato skins there, but I'm going to blend again. You'll see that in just a second, that I am blending this again. And this soup is done. I would here now taste it just a little bit to see if you need to put any further seasonings there. I wanted you all to see what it looked like blended up a little bit more. But that is the soup, and we were actually ready to serve. What I did to serve this is I just put a couple of ladles full. This probably was about the equivalent of a half a cup, because I'm watching my portions. I then added in a little bit of mozzarella cheese, and then some fresh made pesto that I picked the basil out of my garden, some garlic, and we made a pesto on top. This turned out to be just what we needed on a nice cool afternoon, and it helped us all to feel better, even though my son was the one who was not feeling well. Anywho, you guys, thank you so much for stopping by. Again, thank you, Jen and Tony, for having me as a part of Crocktober. I really appreciate that. You guys check out the playlist and watch all of the videos. Thumb it up, subscribe if you haven't, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye now.